The Bitcoin crash continues, and in today's video I am going to expose exactly who is selling Bitcoin at this moment, dumping the price of Bitcoin and for the crypto markets in general. Guys, this is a video you will want to stick around for. We got very important stuff to talk about today, guys. I will update you on the trading strategies, what I am doing, and everything else. So make sure to stick around from the beginning until the end of this video. Welcome back, everybody. My name is Chris, bringing you cryptocurrency videos every day, teaching you how to make money in this market. If you're new to the channel, then make sure to subscribe and activate the bell right now. So let's get straight into it, guys. And Bitcoin went down to my orange line at $95,000. It actually tried to hold this for a little while. You can see that we had a bounce right here. And now we find ourselves going down below it. We tried to break through it towards the upside. And now we are seeing a big red candle continue towards the downside. And there's a lot of people panicking in the market right now. And that is understandable, especially if you're new to crypto. But right now, we have seen so far about a 7.5% pullback from the very top right here. And the question is, of course, what is the next major move going to be? Are we going to see a bounce, or are we going to continue towards the downside? Also, number two, who is actually, why are we dropping? Who is actually causing this drop to happen? Okay, so let us look at this in more detail before we talk about Ethereum, Solana, Dogecoin, my strategies, and much more. So who is selling Bitcoin right now? Well, we knew that the $100,000 level, there was a lot of bears here defending this price. So as soon as we got up to this orange line here, people started to short the Bitcoin market. And this was a big area to break through. We didn't manage to break through it the first time here. We didn't manage to break through it the second candle on the 4-hourly. And we started to go down. So that is all fine. And if you look at history, guys, so we, just like I showed you, we have had 7.5% of a pullback. Now, if we look at history, if we zoom out a little bit on the weekly time frame, we are still looking pretty damn well here. Remember, in every bull market, so let me show you this actually on the daily time frame. In every bull market, we tend to have corrections. So how big have the corrections been in the cycle of 2020? Let's look at each and every one of these. So right here, you had 10%. Right here, you had, and this is when Bitcoin was going from $10,000 up to 64. You had 16% right here. You had another 12% right here. You had another 10% right here. Here you had almost 20. This was a big one. This was 30%. This was 25. On the way up here, 20%. And then we entered into the bear market here. This was the last one. And then we started to go down. And even here, look at how many corrections we had. If that is not enough, let's look at 2017. So 2017, the run up from $1,000 essentially up to $20,000. This pullback, 35%. This pullback, 40%. So while we had common pullbacks of 40% in the 2017 cycle, it was more like 30% or 20% in the previous cycle. And I think that this cycle is going to be in between 10% to 15%, right? So you can see here, we continue, 32%. Here even you have right before the top, you have another one with 25%. And what I will also say, guys, is that what you're seeing right now for the price for Bitcoin, this pullback right here, when we failed to break through $100,000, this reminds me of, I believe it was September of 2017. So September 2017, if my memory serves me correct, I remember I was on vacation, I was looking at the charts, and we had so much trouble breaking through $5,000, and we weren't able to break through it. And then you saw a significant correction, and then we started to go up really hard. So yes, here, September of 2017. So we were, for one day, we were trying to break it. The sentiment was exactly the same as you saw when we were trying to break 100K. It was euphoria, it was this and that. But we failed. We had 2 days. So this day right here, and then this one we failed to break through it and we saw a correction. Now this correction was pretty steep. It was 40%, but also there was something else being released here. I think this also coincided with China announcing some kind of ban or banning Bitcoin or banning altcoins, something along those lines. I can't remember exactly what it was, but that also had something to do with amplifying the correction towards the downside. Nonetheless, the feeling I had right here is the same feeling I have right now when we were like when we failed to break through $100,000. And then look at this. We started to go up. We went on a massive rally towards the upside and then eventually $20,000. And if we zoom out here, let's look at this chart. So this is on the weekly time frame. In every single cycle after the halving, so the halving is the green line, we consolidate, and then if we go to the first one here. So yes. So after the halving, we consolidate, then a big run towards the upside. We halving, consolidate, massive move towards the upside. Halving, consolidate, massive move towards the upside. And now we've had halving, consolidation, long consolidation. We're breaking this towards the upside. So for me, this is nothing to worry about. In fact, the correction you're seeing right now is actually less than what you would expect in a bull market. So we've been a bit spoiled recently with not having big corrections. We've essentially gone up very quickly here since we broke through the $72,000 orange line here. We've gone up almost in a straight line. So corrections, obviously, very important to have them in the market. It flushes out leverage and it creates a better structure for us to go up. Now, with that said, of course, if you are panicking right now, if you have very serious concerns about your well-being because you are too deep into crypto, then act. Do not let your health go over these, like the trading go over your health, okay? Don't let it happen, and then just learn from it. And next time, don't trade with as much money. It's better to take the loss. You'll be able to sleep at night if you're very extremely anxious about this. Now, if you're not using bad risk management, if you're using good risk management, and you have a strategy in place, and you have had that strategy in place, you've been prepared for this pullback, then if anything, this is a good buying opportunity. If you've been looking to add to your stack right now, then you are getting it at a 8% discount. So that is all good, right? Now, if we look at who is actually selling Bitcoin right now, who is dumping the Bitcoin price? It is let me show you actually this chart, yes. So it is actually the long-term holders who have started to take profit. Now, long-term holders in this instance is defined as people who have been holding Bitcoin for more than 6 months. So if you look at this green line, which turns into red, you can see that the supply held by long-term holders have been going down significantly. So you can see right here, the long-term holders accumulate a little bit around between, $50,000 to $60,000 or 60 to 70. And then now recently they have really started to sell their Bitcoin. Now, at the same time, if you look at this teal here, this is the Bitcoin ETFs. So you can see that the money is really flooding into the ETFs. So ETFs are buying up Bitcoin while the long-term holders are selling Bitcoin. So the long-term holders have started to take profit here. And if you look at this in more detail, you can see it very clearly here. The Bitcoin price goes up, and here you can see the supply or the selling pressure by long-term holders. You can see it very significantly happening right here, right? So the supply held by long-term holders have been shrinking a lot as the Bitcoin ETFs have been scooping up Bitcoin. Now, why are they selling? Let's say you bought Bitcoin 6 or 8 months ago, because many of the people that are selling right now, they bought Bitcoin. I will show you exactly when they bought. So if we look at this chart, we scroll to the right. So many of the people that are selling right now, they bought Bitcoin in this accumulation for 1 year. They accumulated right here for 1 year, and now they finally were at break even here at $70,000, and they started to take profit as we went up. So the people that bought here, for instance, maybe they accumulated more on the way down, but now they were at break even. If we just extend this one, we're at break even right here, and they started to increasingly take profit as we went up. Now, this is long term, nothing to worry about in my opinion, because you're seeing massive amounts of Bitcoin being purchased by the ETFs, by Michael Saylor and so on. And speaking of Michael Saylor, yesterday he announced that he had purchased $5.4 billion worth of Bitcoin. Now, this was bearish for the market. Why? because he announced that he had already bought it. So now we knew that he was going to buy, but when he announced that he already bought, of course, then there's no more money from him at this point, at least. He already bought, so there was no more buying pressure coming from him in the near future, right? So, but he will continue to raise more money. He will continue to buy more Bitcoin. But for now, there's no like big bullish catalyst apart from Donald Trump, apart from also FTX adding. No, let me take that back. There's a lot of bullish catalysts, just not something we have a specific time frame on. Okay. So this was something that we had a specific time frame on. We knew it was going to happen in the next few days. He announced it had already happened, and so Bitcoin started to go down after that. But this is going to continue. Rumble is going to spend $20 million to set up a Bitcoin treasury. These spot Bitcoin ETFs, yes, we saw an outflow yesterday. Let's see how this is going to continue. But in general, this is going to add more buying pressure for Bitcoin moving forward. And MicroStrategy's Bitcoin treasury is going vertical. You can see it right here. So this is going to continue towards the upside as this plan is all in motion. Quickly looking at altcoins. Altcoins are actually holding up pretty damn well. If you look at Ethereum, it is more or less at at a higher price almost than when the Bitcoin crash started to happen, or more or less actually at break even at least. So the same price. If you look at Solana has gone down a little bit. You can see we're below the orange line right here. So let's see how this is going to play out as well. But Dogecoin, let's look at Dogecoin. Dogecoin has had a significant pullback actually. Dogecoin is down 20%. So Dogecoin continues to be more volatile than the rest of the markets. We knew that. That's why we're using 8x leverage on the trading strategies. But does this remind you of something, guys? Does this pattern remind you of something? Here we saw a pullback of 23%. Here we've had a pullback of 20%. So just because you're seeing this pullback and we're seeing this consolidation, this looks very similar to what you saw right here. And then after this, we saw a pump of 35%. So let's look at all of these things for traditional markets. Traditional markets are also looking a little bit shaky right now. You can see that we had a pullback in traditional markets of 1%. And today and the rest of the week is going to be pretty volatile moving forward as well. So we need to be prepared for that volatility. But overall, for me, I am not too worried. I am using my trading strategies, as you know, and we are well within the range of the... we're still at massive profits with these trading strategies. In fact, look at this. This is the beautiful thing with these trading strategies. Unrealized profit, the position itself is up $53,000 or 21%, but then the algorithm is up 55%. So these pullbacks, remember how I said that I would welcome a pullback. This is absolutely fantastic because when we go up, these trading strategies are just going to make even more money on the way up. So that is all great. So we're still up for Bitcoin. We're still up for Ethereum. We're still up for Sol. The Dogecoin strategy is right now at a loss. But look at this. The position itself is at minus $20,000. However, the algorithm is up $18,000. So overall, we're just down $1,000 here. So what am I going to do? So for Dogecoin specifically, the range that we have is 0.38, and we're very close to it right now. We're about to go below it. Now, if we go below it, then I am not going to change this immediately. I will wait for the Bitcoin crash to unfold. Now, we know that at some point it is going to end, right? So even if we continue towards the downside, let's see where this is going to end. Maybe it ends right now. Maybe it goes down to 88. Maybe it goes down lower. We will see. We will just have to wait and see during the next few days and weeks. But for me, I believe that everything is still looking very bullish. I have no reason to doubt the thesis that I've had since the beginning of the year, when I said that during the summer, or like the spring and summer, you're going to go sideways. And then the end of the summer, we're going to have a massive run towards the upside. And then we will continue break our all-time high. And we're going to go up to at least $150,000 this cycle. I have no reason to change my mind on that. Okay. So why would I change my mind? I wouldn't. Nothing has changed. So if we come down any lower, guys, for Bitcoin, the levels that I'm going to accumulate more at. So my strategy is down to $86,000. Now, if we go any lower than this, I will add more to these strategies. And at that point, also Ethereum and Solana are also going to see pretty juicy pullbacks. Now, I'm not saying that this is necessarily going to happen. I'm just having a plan for if it happens, right? We don't know. Maybe there's going to be a world war. Maybe there's going to be a pandemic. Maybe there's going to be this and that. We just do not know. But if we come down to lower levels for Bitcoin, I will be adding more. So first at 86, which is actually the lower level here of the Bitcoin strategy. And then at 82, I will be adding more, right? So those are the two levels. Until then, let the Bitcoin strategy do its thing. The more volatility you see, the better this is going to perform. Same for Ethereum, same for Sol, same for Dogecoin, and all of these other strategies also that I have added here. So I'm just going to keep my eyes on this. I will make sure to add more margins so the liquidation price goes lower. So as long as I make sure to not get liquidated, I am not at all worried about these pullbacks. They're going to turn around, and these assets, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, and Doge, I think we're going to see higher prices this cycle. So yeah, I'm not worried about that at all. Funding rates, you can see that, well, first, let's look at the last 24 hours. 500, almost $600 million were racked. So be careful with leverage, and the funding rates are a bit normal. For Bitcoin, they're a little bit elevated. For altcoins, you're seeing a big reset here. So if you look at the funding heat map, you can see it is almost green all along here, while a few days ago, it was very orange in some of these altcoins. So fundings are getting reset, so that is good to see. And guys, if you want to start using these trading strategies yourself, right now, you are of course able to get in at a discount. For Bitcoin, you're able to get in at a, let me take away these dots. So for Bitcoin, you are able to get in at, what was that, 7.5% discount. For Ethereum, you are able to get in at a 5% discount. For Solana, you are now 13% lower. And for Dogecoin, you are actually 21% lower than the peak here. So if you want to use these trading strategies, you are able to get in at a lower price. You have the link in the description. So Pionex, sign up using this link right here. You can also be eligible for massive bonuses by clicking on this link. And then you have your favorite strategies right here. Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, and Doge. These are the ones I'm using. If you want to use it for your coin, then click on this link. It will take you to this page. And here you have it for your favorite coins like ADA, XRP, and yeah, most of the coins I have added right here. You can just click on whichever link you want to use for the coin that you want to use it for. Okay, guys, that is what I got for you. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you guys in the next one.